down to the Denver 40, out of bounds there by Steve Foley. Picked up 12.
Yeah, the Giants are doing another interesting thing. The Broncos defense tries to put Mecklenburg on the strong side. That's the side of the tight end. That's where Mark Bavaro is, 89. Now, they have their weak side linebacker, Tom Jackson, there, 57 on Bavaro. They want Mecklenburg on Bavaro. The reason Jackson ends up on him is that Bavaro switched from the left to the right.
He's on the right again, 1st and 10. And Sims up top to Morris. Not much there. 3 yards by Jim Ryan and Lewis Wright.
What it is the Broncos think that Joe Morris runs to the strong side most of the time, to the tight end side, which he does. So they want to put Mecklenburg, number 77, on that side. They want to put Mecklenburg the whole game where they think Joe Morris is going to run. That's Joe Collier, the defensive coordinator. Watch Mecklenburg. He looks, he sees the formation, then he lines up on this side. But then Bavaro moves to the other side, and Mecklenburg's back here.
2nd and 8. Morris again. Out of bounds inside the Denver 30, but there's a flag down on the play. Foley chased him out of bounds. Morris got 11. But now they'll have a conference.
Looks like holding. It's the Giants, huh?
Late flag.
It must have been downfield holding. Most holding occurs in the offensive line.
Holding, number 89, offense, 2nd down.
And that was it. 89, of course, is Mark Bavaro, the tight end. We saw him earlier on a play hold Tom Jackson. Now watch him here. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage, again blocking Jackson. See, he had that right hand up there early. Then he took him down there, and then the flag did come in later. I don't know, it's tough when you're wearing blue gloves and you're blocking a guy with a white jersey. Your hand on him is very easy to see.
2nd and 18. The Giants back at the Denver 49. To Morris again. Morris hammers down to the 41. Stopped by Foley. But he still got 8.
You know, it's an interesting thing. They have yet to get Mecklenburg to the side that Morris runs. You see, Mecklenburg is up on top of the screen. We can see it here. Mecklenburg is here. They would like him in here because this is where they want to run. But by switching Bavaro, they're getting Mecklenburg away from where they want to run.
Pretty solid plan. 3rd and 10. Tony Galbraith back in the backfield next to Sims. Now it's McConkey in motion. Sims to Stacy Robinson. And the Giants get their 1st down.
That was a good move by Stacy Robinson. Watch him, he's going to end up running it out. You see, he started to the inside, and he got the corner, Steve Wilson, to bite for the inside move. Then he went back to the sideline.
So that makes it 1st and 10 at the Bronco 23. Denver leading 3-0. McConkey this time split up at the top of your picture. Johnson was the man in motion, but this is Morris. This time Ricky Hundley and Mecklenburg get the job done.
Well, like I said, Joe Collier, the defensive coordinator in the Broncos, wanted them to have to run into Mecklenburg. But by shifting the tight end, they've kept him away. But now Mecklenburg, they're running away from him. He knows they're trying to stay away from him. So he sees that tackle pull. Watch him, he just comes right down the line. Don't go where the back is. Go down the line where he's going to be. He'll show up there, you know.
This guy, they didn't think he was much of a player when drafted, Mecklenburg, but they couldn't keep him out of the lineup, and they still can't. Sims back to throw. Bavaro. And he's down to about 5.5, a gain of 18. It'll be 1st and goal Giants. He's stopped by Randy Robbins.
Mark Bavaro is so big and so strong and has such great hands Watch him here. He's going to start to the outside, but he's going to run Dennis Smith up the field, turn him back to the inside of Robbins up the field, and then he just has that big body and those great hands.
He just sort of swatted the defender aside. It's first and goal from the 6.
He does a lot of swatting of guys aside.
It does. And carrying guys. And running over guys. Sims. Touchdown. Zeke Moat. From 6 yards away.
I was just saying, Pat, that drive is a Super Bowl drive. It's an all-star drive. Moat is the motion man. See him on top of the screen? He came across the formation, up the field, and then back across in the end zone where he originally came from.
Allegre with Jeff Rutledge holding. 7-3. Giants lead. So with 5:27 gone in the first quarter at the Rose Bowl, the Giants lead the Broncos 7-3.
McDonald's presents Double Features. He was hungry for money. He was hungry for power. But most of all,
Welcome to McDonald's.
he was hungry. Hungry for McDonald's Double Features. McDonald's Big Beefy Double Cheeseburger or a double-size order of McDonald's regular fries. A taste big enough to satisfy his hunger. But only available for a limited time.
Everybody knows how to do that kick. Health kick. Yeah. Whoa. The goodness of milk is a real health kick. Health kick. Yeah, milk. You pour a glass of milk real tall, getting calcium and vitamins and loving it all. Looking good. Well, come on, everybody. Milk's that kick. Health kick. Do that kick. Come on, everybody. Do that kick. America's favorite health kick.
To know no boundaries, to let yourself run free.
To know no boundaries is what the world should be.
Wherever there are investment opportunities, Merrill Lynch is there with the help you need to make the most of them. Because at Merrill Lynch, we believe your world should know no boundaries.
To know no boundaries.
Top-ranked Iowa faces the tough-at-home Wolverines on Michigan turf. Then Syracuse and Georgetown in their first battle this year next Saturday on CBS Sports.
The Giants 7, Denver 3. We're in the first quarter with 5:27 remaining. Giants took 9 plays in that drive. Sims was 6 for 6. And the touchdown pass to Moat. Allegre's kickoff goes to Bell. Bell with a little room. Bell almost with a lot of room. Stopped again by Tom Flynn, but a return of 28 yards. Allegre's kick short.
Phil Sims was over there in the sideline talking about that touchdown and about how he got it. Watch his motion. Here's Zeke Moat. He's going to come across the field of motion. Now the Broncos, this guy's covering him. When he goes in motion, this guy's switching. Moat comes up, boom, beats him here, catches the ball for a touchdown. Watch him now. He starts there, comes across. See the switch in the Bronco defense? Then up and in and touchdown.
Broncos go this time with one setback. That's Watson in motion. Elway fakes. Gets it out to Winder. Winder for the Giant 44. Stopped by Welch finally. And Harry Carson. But they gain 14 and get a Bronco first down.
That's that patience that John Elway was talking about. Go that play pass. Look deep, but don't throw it deep. Don't force anything. You see there, he's looking deep. Now he sees Winder underneath. You see the linebackers are deep. You see 53 Carson back there? Let him go back. Let 56 Taylor go back. Let them all get deep and then hit Winder underneath. Then if they start coming up on that, then boom, go deep.
First down, Denver, and Elway drops again. Fires outside, this time Mobley. Big Orson gets another Denver first down. Gain of 11. He weighs about 265 or somewhere in that area.
Or more. Number 89 is Orson Mobley there. He's only a rookie, but he's about 270 pounds. Dan Reeves said he was originally 256. Then they gave him a weight of 260, so he got up to 265. He said he looked a little slow last week against Cleveland. He said, so I put him on the scales, and he was over 270, and he's a tight end.
Still has not been an incomplete pass in the game. Sims 6 for 6 on the drive, and Elway just as efficient, and drops again. Gonna throw a screen. It's Winder. Knocked out of bounds finally by Harry Carson, but that's near another Denver first down. Gain of 9. They might be a little bit short. Flag on the play.
It's something out of bounds. It was a hit out of bounds, so it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Tell you, the Broncos don't run wide, but in lieu of that, they do a lot of that screen-type stuff.
That's Pepper Johnson over with the officials. And the discussion continues.
I think it looked like a hit, Pat, out of bounds, a late hit.
We have 2 fouls on the play on the Giants. Their fouls are being forced. Personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 53, defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct foul, number 56, for throwing the marker after the foul was called. First down.
Well, let's look again.
Well, here's the screen pass. There's Winder. Someone made a good block on Taylor. Now, that was the first penalty there. That was on Carson for hitting Winder out of bounds. Then the guy threw the thing, and Lawrence Taylor threw the marker.
And as Jerry Markbright said, both penalties were enforced, and so the Broncos are down to the 6-yard line, where it'll be first and goal. That was serious.
Well, you know, there was a lot. I think Lawrence Taylor got upset because he was the guy that was responsible for that screen pass, and he got knocked down, and that allowed Winder to get outside of him.
First and goal of the 6. Bobby Michaud over the right side. Elway not happy with what he saw, and Denver takes a timeout. We have 3:37 left to play in the first quarter. It's the Giants 7, the Broncos 3. Denver timeout.
We got style, we got class, we got the diet that's making us fast. We got the juice when you got a passion. Diet slice, it tastes simply smashing. We got the juice, we got the juice, we got the beat, we got the juice.
Diet Slice with 100% NutraSweet.
We got the juice,
All diet, all delicious.
Diet Slice.
Seiko celebrates Super Bowl 21 with Super Gift Time 87. What a golden opportunity to give unrivaled Seiko technology. Fine Seiko design, detail, elegance. Starting tomorrow, participating authorized dealers are offering the most extraordinary values on a special collection of Seiko watches for the dates on your calendar that call for a special gift. Look for the Super Gift Pennant in the window. You'll find super buys inside.
Something's stirring, and there's no denying its energy. Its arrival. This phenomenon goes by the name of Daytona. The brand new front-wheel drive Dodge Daytona. Be prepared for even more excitement per mile. Dodge Daytona. Dodge, setting new standards of performance.
Tonight, after Super Bowl 21, Hard Copy delivers the action.
The Slice blimp furnishing those pictures from above the Rose Bowl and 105,000 people. First and goal from the 6 for the Broncos. The Giants leading 7-3. Wilhite and Sewell now are the two backs. Sewell with the ball. Sewell cut down by Elvis Patterson. A loss of 3. And Carl Banks again with an assist.
I'll tell you, I would think the Broncos, they get down here. This is where Elway says he really doesn't like to be because it kind of shortens that pass area. They aren't a real powerful offensive team. And I think he would like to play pass here, but when you lose yardage and you have long yardage, it's tough to play pass. I think he's just going to have to go back and throw it in the end zone.
They're just really not a very big physical team. And I think you're exactly right. Elway thinks so too as he operates out of the spread. Middle. Inside to 5 to Vance Johnson. A gain of 6. And it'll be 3rd and goal from there. He stopped by Reasons.
There's Dan Reeves, and you see Gary Kubiak, number 8, is a backup quarterback who signals. The first thing they signal in is 4. That means 4 wide receivers. So this is going to be a spread formation. Then they signal in the pass pattern.
Since the playoffs began, this is the deepest penetration against the Giants. 3rd and goal from the 4, and the 4 wide receivers. Jackson goes in motion. Elway up the middle. Touchdown.
You can't give him a lane. That's what the Giants did, and that's what makes Elway so effective. He can not only throw it as strong as anyone, but you get the 4 wide receivers. You get that defense spread. Now he comes back. He looks for a hole. Look at that big gap. See, they just turn the ends out. The linebackers run out, and there's a hole like a truck for Elway to run through.
The center, Bryan, with an outstanding block. And the Broncos recaptured the lead. 2:06 left to play the first quarter. Denver 10, the Giants 7.
I love you, little Jenny Catherine. I want to tell you something very, very important. Daddy got a raise. That means I can buy you a sandbox, sliding board. What do you think? You think we should put some of it away? What do you know about the stock market? I love you, little Jenny Catherine. Guess what? Daddy got a raise.
Managing information means storing it, finding it, and moving it from A to B. When that meant linking 800 miles of Alaskan pipeline, they called Contel. When it meant matching orders to inventory at the Stoneham Lumber Company, they called Contel. Small business or tall order, Contel can help you manage information better, too. For Contel, I'm Charlton Est.
Bring in the drafting table next. You know what it means to start your own business. A lot of work and some big headaches. But I don't take aspirin or Tylenol anymore. Today I take Advil. Fact is, Advil has a non-prescription strength of the medicine in the prescription brand Motrin. Doctors have already recommended Advil over 5 million times for so many types of pain. So today it's Advil. Business is tough enough. I don't want to compete with a headache. Advil, tablets and new caplets. Advanced medicine for pain.
Football's about over, so it's time to hit the greens. So why don't you join my friends and me at Pebble Beach, huh?
Denver 10, the Giants 7. Still in the first quarter. The scoring drive, 6 plays, 58 yards. Elway scored on a 4-yard run. Rich Carlos set to kick it off. Roussan and Hill back deep for the Giants. Roussan at his own 7. First by Robbins, down by Woodard.
Let's watch the touchdown again, Matt. Here's Dave Studdard. He turns out Leonard Marshall, gets that out there. Billy Bryan makes a good block on Burt, gets him going there, and this forms the whole Railway. Then Keith Bishop leads through here in the linebacker. I got too many scratches in there. Watch the tackle will turn out on Marshall, Studdard. Watch the center, Billy Bryan. See, he gets Burt going that way. Look at that big hole there. And then Keith Bishop leads him into the end zone.
10-7, Broncos lead, 1st and 10 Giants at their own 22. Sims again to throw. Again complete, this time Morris. Almost 30-yard line. Andre Townsend made the stop for a gain of 7. There still hasn't been any complete pass.
I was just going to say the balls are being kept in good condition. There's yet to be a football hit the ground here. There's Bill Belichick. He's the defensive coordinator of the Giants.
One of the things you have to do to be a defensive coordinator is to learn to write upside down.
Right upside down and talk while you're writing, and then know what they just did. He's just diagramming to them what we just diagrammed.
2nd and 2 at the 30. Sims to Morris. Morris, 1st down Giants. Woodard again on the stop. $17 points. Denver leading 10-7. That ties Super Bowl record.
There'll be a lot of records around here.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone says it's always a boring Super Bowl. It could end up to be boring, but it sure has a pretty good start to it.
Roussan and Anderson both in the game. Anderson is the lone setback, number 24. O.J. Anderson on 1st and 10. Anderson left side hit behind the line of scrimmage. Mecklenburg was first there, a loss of 2.
I think what the Giants are trying to do there was to maybe play O.J. Anderson a little more today, but use the halfback as a decoy and run the other back being O.J. Anderson. That didn't fool Mecklenburg.
Clock down to no seconds, and that's the end of the first quarter. Super Bowl 21, the Broncos lead the Giants 10-7.
Flight 124, fly runway heading to 3000, right turn to 270. You are cleared for takeoff.
Introducing DuPont Certified Stainmaster Carpet. Stainmaster gives you a revolutionary new level of protection against stains and spills that's better than any other carpet you can buy today. Because you never know. New Stainmaster from DuPont Carpet Fibers.
The National Football League salutes the United Way on its centennial. 100 years of caring. It started in Denver in 1887 when 4 clergymen of different faiths created the idea of one campaign to help many. The idea of helping has been passed through all these generations to you, the volunteers, the contributors, the recipients. See all that we've been and all that we can become. The United Way, it brings out the best in all of us.
This message furnished for the National Football League.
CBS Sports coverage of Super Bowl 21 is sponsored by John Hancock Financial Services. Real life, real answers. Budweiser, the genuine article, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. And by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. No matter how far you go, Goodyear takes you home.
The NFL on CBS, Super Bowl number 21, the Giants with Morris left side and some room.
Joe Morris.
Morris hit by Tony Lilly. One of the things that the Broncos do is change the people around on defense. And the Giants say it doesn't have an effect, but it has to have an effect. You don't know who you're blocking.
Well, you don't, and you have to block different guys all the time. See, we can see Fletcher's in there now, Gilbert's in there, Wilson's in it at cornerback, Lilly's in for Foley. They substitute just about everyone except 3 guys, and those 3 would be Rulon Jones, Carl Mecklenburg, and Dennis Smith. They're about the only 3 that don't come out of that defense.
3rd and 3, Sims from the shotgun. Up on top and nobody there. McConkey is saying, hey, they interfered with me, knocked me down. Phil McConkey jumped up and started waving arms, but to no avail.
Not only did he say that they knocked me down, I think he was giving the guy's number who knocked him down. Sims gets a little pressure from his right. But other than that, pretty good pass protection, so he can step up. You see Rulon Jones got there right at the end.
And so Sean Landeta comes on to punt. Freddie Gilbert back deep for the Broncos. Landeta had a great week in practice. Ooh, coming after it, but he still gets off a fine kick. It's Wilhite. He lets it bounce, and it goes into the end zone, and the Broncos will start from their own 20. Mark Jackson was the man who put the pressure on Landeta, who nevertheless got off a 59-yard kick. But they'll bring it back out to the 20.
Hey, you talk about Landeta punting well in practice. How about against the Redskins in that championship game? That punt that he put down there on the goal line into the wind was one of the great punts that I've ever seen.
Bill Parcells was saying when we talked with him yesterday that in practice he had never seen Landeta better.
Well, he said the same thing about Phil Sims. He said on Thursday it was about as good as he's ever practiced. He told him, hey, save some of those.
Reed said the same thing about Elway. Lang, the ball carrier, pulled down by Lawrence Taylor for a loss of 2.
Yeah, that has to be a tough thing for an offensive coordinator, a quarterback, to call. You run one time, they start running at Banks early in the first quarter. They didn't make anything there. So we'll say, well, we'll run at Taylor. We'll put Winder on him. Taylor just pushes Winder down, boom, right to the outside. They got bookends there, and which end you want to run at is not a good deal either way.
2nd and 12. Denver up by 3. Mobley is the move man. All the way back. Incomplete. Intended for Mobley. Elway under pressure from Leonard Marshall.
Let's watch Marshall. Now, he's in what they call a reduced position. He's the second guy up there, number 70. He's not over the end. He's over the guard. He works to the outside, taking 2 guys. He starts on the inside, works to the outside, and then Taylor comes inside. So Marshall got there, and Jim Burt was also there.
3rd and 12. Elway wants somebody to move. Motions in that direction. Back to throw. Comes out of the pocket. No question about his arm, and he's got a man. Vance Johnson. Inside the Giant 30.
You know, John Elway has a great arm, one of the greatest arms he's probably ever thrown a football, but he scrambles for 2 positions, for 2 reasons. 1, he scrambles to get away from the rush, and 2, when he has no one open. He feels the rush here, and you see, this is what he's looking at. So he's going to run out here, buy some more time. Now he's going to get deep. He said that he had to stay patient against the zone, but when he can run, then that zone breaks up, and he can get a speed guy like Vance Johnson deep. Hey, there's Lawrence Taylor being picked up by Keith Bishop. Bishop gave him a wrap around the neck, and then center Billy Bryan came off to help.
Winder and Lang. That was a gain of 54 yards from Elway. Back to throw it again. The screen pass to Winder. to about the 22. Stopped by Pepper Johnson. A gain of 6. Perry Williams with the assist. That's the thing that they had to do. And they do it.
And they do that well. It's one of the things that if a defense gets deep in the zone and gives you that loose zone, then you can let them get deep, throw the screen pass out to your receiver, get the